Yeah, one of those things. First of all, what's today? Today is April 4th, 2019, and it is 12:38, and it's not too bad out today. A little windy. 53 out there, 82 in here. I did put the fire on this morning because it was chilly in here, but this thing is kicking butt. But meanwhile, that's where I'm at. So, yesterday I had a problem. I don't know if I posted the video or not. I probably did, you know. I mean, I love just loading up the YouTube computers and servers and with all kinds of great video. But yesterday I went out to do some welding. I was talking about Steve up there in Canada, our brother up there, and he was talking about his trailer. And it came to a point to where I was saying, you know what, I got to work on mine, because first of all, there's a few things I had to do, or have to do. One is my deck has to be replaced. I bought the trailer in '07, so it's 12 years old, and the planking finally decided to start falling apart last year. Now it's still good, but it's got some rot, so it's only a matter of time. So that was going to be my summer project. And the other thing was, every time I wanted to tie down something on it, I took my ratchet straps and I would wrap it around one of the down frame legs to ratchet up the tractor. And I kept thinking, well, you know, why didn't this trailer have any hooks that I can clamp onto? And you know, so I thought, well, that'll be something else I have to do. Now, I did put, here I am pacing, I did put a, let me sit down for a minute here. Okay, I did put a winch on it, a 2,500 pound winch, I think it's 2,500, towards the front of the trailer, up on the front rail, because if the tractor ever did stop running, as long as I can get the trailer to it, I can get it to the, on the trailer to get it either home or to the shop, and I wouldn't have to pay all kinds of fees to have somebody pick it up. And having the winch on the trailer is a good thing anyway, because I've used it a few times pulling wood, you know, tree stumps and things, not so much stumps, but you know what I mean, that I was going to burn. So meanwhile, I got that on there. I got everything wired. You know, it's got the LED lights on it already. That it came with those. It's got a decent tongue. It's a heavy-duty trailer. It's only a single axle, but it works for what I need it to work for. But it didn't have any tie-downs. So I figured, well, let me do that. And the other thing that I've been meaning to do, and Steve actually brought it to my attention because I had forgotten all about it, was when I drop my tailgate's about 5 feet high or long by the width of the trailer, so I have a nice even incline when I drive up on it. However, if you don't support the bottom or the back of the trailer, it wants to flip up on you. So I carry a couple of 6x6s and a couple of 2x4s. This way I can put them underneath the trailer before I put the tailgate down, and I don't have to worry about the trailer flipping up. Well, I was up at Tractor Supply last year, near the later part of the year, and they only had one. But, well, let me see, because I got to find the other one. I don't think they have it yet, to be honest with you. But I bought one of these trailer crank down stabilizers, and it's a T or a 9. What the hell is it? I'll have to hold on a minute. Let me see. Well, let's go out there and take a quick peek. My toes are feeling better. I think I told you I broke, well, I thought I broke 2, but it was actually 3 of my toes the other day. So I'm feeling a little bit better today. Okay, this is what I bought. Now I bought this because I want to put it over here. Hold on. Okay, so meanwhile, this is going to be welded up here and bolted. This way I can use the stabilizer, crank it down to give myself the support that I need, and one for each side because sometimes the trailer is a little off tilt. Okay, so this is a 975T, but they only had one of those, and they said to order the other one. So I'm going to put one on each side, just like I say, I've been using that wood in there, and I put it under here, because otherwise when you drive up, this drops down. And I also want to put some springs on the tailgate here, because this is heavy, and it's only getting heavier as I get older. So I figure put some type of a piston spring here that I've seen to help with the trailer. But meanwhile, back to that thing. I gotta get another one of those. So yesterday, where I'm going here was, it's cold out here today. You wouldn't think so, but you know what it is? It's the wind. Let me put a couple pieces of wood on the fire so I don't have to restart it again. So meanwhile, I went out there yesterday. I pulled out the welder, as you see, and grinded down all the what you call it, the spots that I was going to weld, and got everything somewhat fitted the way that I want it to be fitted, so I can just start going at it. And I pulled the trigger, nothing, not at all. No click, no nothing. No feed, no power, no nothing. The machine is running, the fan is on, so everything seems to be working. I checked the selector switches, everything seemed to be fine. So what the hell is wrong with this thing? I took the boot off it to see if those two wires that connect the switch and all that had anything to do, or they broke, because sometimes they break off. And that was all good. I said, what the hell is wrong with this thing? So anyway, it was getting late. I was actually out here last night until, I don't know, 7 o'clock or so. In and out. I ate early. I don't want to get into that, but I ate early. I will get into it in a minute. The wife and I had a burger, actually a double cheeseburger, about 2:30. So supper was just whenever we felt like eating at the time, whatever we found. And we really didn't have a so-called dinner. We just picked, which was fine. All right. So I kept coming out here trying to figure out what the hell it can be, because it was driving me crazy. And then I get on YouTube, and there was really no help on YouTube about it. So I said, oh, man. So today I called him up. And he says, well, when you turn it on, do you hear? I says, it runs. I says, but when I pull the trigger, nothing. No feed. The feed wheel doesn't turn. Nothing turns, nor am I getting any spark. He says, He says, well, it could be just your switch. You know, the selector switch for voltage. So he says, give it a try. He says, let's go out there, try it again. So I go out there with him on the line, and I plug it in, and I turn it on, and I squeeze the trigger, and it starts to work. I said, I don't believe this. It's like when you don't feel good, you go to the doctors, and when you get there, you feel okay, that type of thing. So I said, well, guy, I'm sorry I bothered you. I says, but it seems to be working. I says, it drove me nuts. Now, the only thing I can think of is that what I had done last night, before I went in the last time, I don't have it out here, but I usually keep electronic spray cleaner around. So what I did was I sprayed. Hold hold on a minute. Okay. Anyway, I took a can of my cleaner out there and I cleaned up the knob, not so much the knob, but the, what you call it, I can't think of the name now, ammeter or whatever. The back of the switch, and why can't I think of the name? I can't even think of the damn name of it now. That's crazy. Well, anything's possible the last few days, the way I've been feeling. This part. Because there's a contact in there, and it turns and it changes the voltage or impedance or whatever it is you're doing. So I sprayed the crap out of these things, the one that's on there. And, what the hell is that doing over there? That belongs over where? Well, let me leave it there for now because I don't know what I do with the other ones. But, and then I sprayed some of the board and I left it at that. And I just came in the house. Well, I'm wondering if, when I sprayed that and cleaned it, if that was basically the problem. Maybe it was just dirty. Now I'm hoping when I go back out there now to do this, that it's going to be okay. I'm not going to go out there just yet. I do have to run and feed a new wire through because I took the wire and cut it off because I wanted to just make sure that everything was working without having a drag on it. So, but running the wire through, it's not a big deal. I just got to unplug it and discharge that capacitor. Those capacitors hold voltage, and they can hold enough voltage to kill you. So you really want to pay attention to those capacitors. Don't just think because it's unplugged.
Number 2, Summit Place, ORNL, for the general AFA.
Don't think just because it's unplugged that there's no voltage there. Those capacitors are dangerous. So they can knock you on your butt, permanently put you down. So, but, so that's it. Now, what was that? A 975T, I think? 975T. I don't know what they call it, but that's what it was. 975T trailer, maybe? Jack. Oh, there is one, but that's not the one that I have, because I would not pay $179 for it. Well, in this case, $180. I think that cost me something like, well, I think it was something like 25 or 29. Let's see, Lowe's. Let's see. Tractor Supply. Okay, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. I was looking at this one and this one, to be honest with you. The why I was looking at this one is because the handle rotates up, down, clockwise, counterclockwise, where the handle on the one I have goes circular, this way instead of this way, which means when it goes this way, it wants to hit part of the trailer, so I have to make sure I shorten the handle a little bit. And seeing that there's not going to be a lot of pressure on it, it's not a big deal. But see, they're not showing the one that I have there, and that's kind of like driving me cuckoo. Oh, here it is. Is this it? This looks like it. Yeah. $26. Yeah. Trailer. Yeah, I think this is it. Let's click on it and see. Come on, give me a picture. Everything's running backwards today. You ever get those days where things want to run in reverse? And look at it, we're just running slow. Come on, I want to see the number on there. It looks like it. Yeah, that's it. So, alright, so meanwhile, back at the ranch, they're saying they have pickup in Guilford. Well, you know, Guilford is the store that I use, but I don't know why they haven't had it. So, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Now, meanwhile, see, I can just, if I cut 2 inches off this handle, it'll be fine, and I'm not using it for a lot of strength, so it's not a big deal. But meanwhile, if they have the other one I was looking at there, which is this one, see, I was looking at this one, or this one, but I didn't want to spend that kind of money, because I need 2 of them. So I was looking at this one. Has no bottom plate, but there's no way for me to really get that in there and supported. Now it's got enough here, so I don't care about the weight factor, but it just doesn't want to give me what I need as far as a way of making it stay. Now I guess I can, you know, if they have that one there, I guess, you know what, I can probably come out with a piece of plate. Again, there's not going to be that much on it. Yeah, I don't know. See, mine I can swivel it up and down too. This one can't swivel. So, alright, anyway, I gotta see if they have the other one. I'm sorry guys, I don't mean to be wasting all your time. But yeah, I'm just thinking out loud, and sometimes when you think out loud and you have somebody to talk to, you know, the ideas come about and everything seems to be working just fine. So, alright, I am going to finish having my coffee. I'm going to go see my wife. She just got home. We're loading up on our doctor's visits because as of April 30th, our insurance that we have now will no longer be. So it's going to cost us, I'll tell you what, to be honest with you, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The worst part is it's because it's coming out of pocket. So we're going to be paying in the neighborhood of, for the both of us, per month, about $850 a month. You know, I'd rather not pay anything, but we got to have insurance. And this here insurance will give us a pretty good deal as to what, you know, we have now compared to what we're going to get with them. It's going to be real close. We have now is we don't need a referral to see a specialist. We just make the appointments. We do have a $20 copay on all our meds. We do have dental and vision. So we've got a really good package. You know, now the other thing, with the other one, I don't know about dental and vision. I got to find out a little bit more about it. But we first have to go to the Social Security office, which is a pain in the ass, because we first have to get, I guess, the Medicare package, both A and B. And B, I believe, or one of them cost, I believe it's like $135 or $137 a month. I think that's what it is. That's per. That's each one of us, because we're each, you know, would have to be on it. And then we have to pay the additional 500 and something. That's where we get the 800 and change between the close to 300 that the Social Security takes out for the medical, you know, the Medicare or whatever, you know, and then what we have to pay for the extras. You know, otherwise, you know, the Medicare in itself is good if you're in the hospital and things like that. But for most part, you know, your normal doctor's visits, it's good for most of that. But when you got to start paying for medication and things, I mean, I know people that pay, you know, like $700-800 a month just for one of the prescriptions. I mean, and that's crazy. You know, why? The older we get, the less chances we have of earning money. It costs us more, you know, for medical. Now, we've got a pretty good system compared to others. You know, I know in some parts of the country, well, I heard, I don't know, Steve, you'll be able to tell me this one. I heard in Canada, medical is like basically, well, I don't want to say free, but you get medical. But it takes you months to get an appointment, you know, to get anything done. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I've been told that in a lot of these countries that have this free medical, that you just can't get an appointment to see a doctor. You know, so either you're going to the emergency room every day or every time you get sick or don't feel good, or you're going to wait 2, 3, 4 months before you get to see your doctor. Now, you know, that sucks, to be honest with you. So, you know, medical is a big thing. And I think, you know, the older we get, you know, I mean, all countries, you know, come on. You know, there's no need for it. I know you put a lot of money into research and development, you know, but once that's there and you've made your money back, you know, why are you trying to get rich, you know, extremely rich? And that's what's happening, you know, on the people that took care of you all your life. You know what I mean? So, but, you know, I mean, I'm not saying we got to get a free ride, but there's a lot of people that do. I think if I came in from Mexico, I would probably get treated a lot better. I seen something on, I forgot where I seen it, and this is just another long bullshit video, and I'm sorry, guys. I seen something where the illegals that are coming in, and I don't know how true it is, and I don't remember where I actually seen it, we're getting over $3,700 a month, something like that. And